We have our special guest on the line who's going to be educating us on our finances. As I was saying previously, a lot of us have been wounded by our financial decisions that we have made, and it has put us in a big hole that we don't know how to get out of, and we feel like we have no breath, we have no life, and it is about time that we regain our life and get our lives back. And so he's going to give us helpful tips to help us guide us through this all. So I have Mr. Felix on the line. Mr. Felix, can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear.
Excellent. All right. How's everything on your end?
Everything is great. I know we went through some technical difficulty, but definitely we will get through it.
Exactly.
We will get through
Excellent. Excellent. All right. Well, I'll leave this opportunity for you to take over.
Okay. First of all, I just want to thank all our listeners all over the world. I know this radio station go as far as only God knows, and I always want to thank Mr. Einstein for giving me the opportunity to be able to come on your platform and share a lot of this knowledge with your listeners. And I hope it doesn't bother your here in so many aspects of our credit. And if you can hear my voice, I just want to say welcome. Make sure you invite somebody on Facebook, tag somebody, and just get a pen and paper, because today's information is really tailored for your L4C radio listeners, and I hope you take all the notes that you need, because credit is everything. Good Life Credit Movement has been around we're going into our third year now, to be precise, coming up in September, and the reason they went down to 302. I don't know if you have seen anybody with 302 before, but I was once that guy, and it didn't take much for me to destroy my credit. It only took me being ignorant, but as the more time comes along and you mature, you grow up, and you realize that credit is everything. When I say credit is everything, it's everything and everything, right? I say cash is king, but credit is power. And we'll get to know all of that along the way. So we have Good Life. If you want to get in touch with us, goodlife_credit@yahoo.com. There's a number we can put it in. So let's get into it. In this country, everything that we do is all about credit. If you are in London, they probably have their own credit criteria. American system is slightly similar to what Canada is. And if you're in Ghana, we probably don't have credit in Ghana or West Africa or in Africa, but we do have your word. Your word is your reputation, right? In this country, credit is what determines who you are when you are not in the room. Example, if you want to go buy a car, you need good credit. If you want to go buy a house, you need good credit. If you want to live in an apartment, you need good credit. So pretty much everything that you do in your life, including your life and everything that you're going to help your kids to go neck to neck with your colleagues at school, the parents need to have good credit to be able to achieve some of these basic fundamentals. So the funny part of it is there's no manual, right? Nobody gives us a manual for us to follow up and to be able to build or maintain good credit. So today you will have the opportunity to, one, understand what credit is, and number two, you have the opportunity to ask a lot of questions, because your question is what somebody else might be thinking. There's no wrong or right question here. My goal is to give you the most honest feedback or answer, right? And everything that I tell you is organic. It's not like what I've learned in the book. Yeah, I've learned some few things, but I'm telling you what I have experienced and what I did, right? And I'm still going through, because credit is a lifestyle. It's a daily routine, a lot of things that people deal with. So, Einstein, thank you. With that slide, that kind of gives you the highlight of our logo. Anywhere you see that, you can go to the next slide. If that works for you, if you can shoot me the next slide. Be bold for change. We have to be bold for change. We can't be doing the same thing expecting a different results when it comes to our credit. So we're going to go to the next slide where it says the 5 basic components of your credit score. If Einstein, if you are there, you can just move it to that slide. This is going to be the slide that is going to determine. This is the slide that we're going to dissect. Before you can even maintain a good credit, or before say, ubenya credit muntias, normal 5 way. These are the 5 things that you have to master. When I talk about, you have to mastermind it. This is the 5 basic component. It says basic. It's just the basic component. This is the foundation of good credit. This is the start of your credit journey. You can know everything about credit. This is what I say. A lot of people come to me and say, can you fix my credit for me? Well, I cannot just fix your credit. We have to understand this fundamental. At the moment that we do understand this basic fundamental, you are golden. You are golden. I challenge everybody to take a screenshot of this because you're going to need this information coming tomorrow. So now, let's get into it. Why is it saying the 5 components? If you do the calculation of 35% plus 30, 15%, 10, 10 equals to 100%. So this is how your credit is being calculated. Your credit is being calculated with payment history. Your payment history carries 35% of your credit weight. So that means payment history is a heavy weight. So now you ask yourself, so what are the things that count on that payment history? The last time I asked this question, people used to tell me in cell phone. Well, it's good that you make your cell phone bill payments on time, but sorry, it doesn't count. It's good that you make your light bill or your water bill on time, but it doesn't give you any credit. That doesn't mean don't pay that on time. Granted, I want you to, have that mindset of you paying all your bills on time. So now, what are some of the things that count in this criteria? And if you're on this right now, I want you to just hit the share, tag somebody, because I want to see so much people taking notes, asking so much questions. And if you miss this part, then maybe you missed the bigger part of the party tonight. So now, 35% of your credit. So, say me can achieve 35% our credit, 35% in the age this part, a normal 5 year, but it 35% payment history, a normal accounting with this payment history, a mortgage. Who apartment right now, it doesn't count. The only time they check your credit for apartment, but all the apartment, the payment history that you made on your apartment, it doesn't show up on your credit report. It shows up on your renter's history. Your renter's history is not calculated into the 35%. So I want to make sure I get that one out of the way. So your credit cards counts. Your car payment counts. Your store credit cards also do count. So and I throw this challenge to everybody as well. If you have your cell phone due and your credit card due, the old me will pay my cell phone because I don't want people to call me and they don't get in touch with me, and I'll be late on my credit card. Because guess what? When I'm late, nobody sees it. Credit is not something that is visible for anybody to look at it. So who cares, right? So I'll pay my cell phone and I'll leave my credit card. I'll pay it when I can. When we do that, CASI, we're doing ourselves disjustice because payment history is so critical. So your mortgage, your credit card, your Macy's card, your car note, all these things are important. It's critically important. So in this pandemic, in this season where money is so much important, maintaining good credit. And based on this, we have something called installment and we have revolving. Installments are like your car note. When you make your car payment, you cannot go take the money and spend it in the next month. So I want everybody to write this down. every home, you need to know your primary bills and your secondary bills. Your primary bills are those bills that you cannot miss. And your secondary bills are the bills that you can miss, but it doesn't affect your credit in 30 days. Then you can make a payment arrangement with that. So make sure that you have primary bills listed. Primary bills are your mortgage, your credit card, your car note. All those things are primary. Those report itself every 30 days. You can't miss those. Then your secondary bills will be your cell phone, your light, your cable. All those things, you can miss a payment. You might get a late fee, but it doesn't affect your credit right away. So when we have these basic fundamentals understand, and my first question to all the listeners is, who has control of paying things on time? Why in the control say you been a normal on time? It's me and you. So that's why the credit bureaus or the credit criteria, 35%, we have control over that. So not paying something on time is hurting your credit, or it will hurt your credit. It is very important. The reason why I'm elaborating on this thing is 35% is a big chunk of your credit calculation. And as we move forward, we will get to it. Now, let's get into the second big chunk of it. Your credit utilization. Your credit utilization, and that is almost 80% of people that have credit challenges. That's where our problems come from. How well we use our credit cards. How well do we use our credit cards? So if you have two credit cards and one limit is $500 and the other limit is $500, that means in total you have $1,000 in total credit limit. If you pull your credit and your credit utilization is above 29%, we have to improve it. And how we improve that, I'll tell you as we move forward. So, yes, they will give you the credit card. They will give you $10,000. So if you have $10,000 credit card, that means, Felix, what are you talking about? Almost this kind of man. Me chia a swipe. Ne babe me di be 9,000 dakoto. When your payment comes, they tell you, oh, make $25. You say, no, this month today, I'm going to be good to them. I'm going to give them $35. Well, I have news for you. When you make that $35 payment, majority of that goes to interest, and the rest goes to principal. 70%, especially in this pandemic season, a lot of people are living on their credit card. So now, credit utilization, the lower your credit utilization, the higher your credit score is going to be. And the higher your credit utilization, the lower your credit score is going to be. So it is very, very super important. And we hear so much say your cost store, may apply credit cards, may swipe it, may we spend money that we don't have. Then we put ourselves in a situation where we are in debt and our credit score really goes down. So if you are in school and you're doing exams, 35% plus 30%. Mark in public is 65. You are close to like C. So who has control of using the credit card? You and I. That is why we control those two metrics. That is why we are being held accountable. If you had credit card for 5 years and somebody had credit card for 2 months, obviously you're going to be having a better credit score, or you're going to get big chunk of those points because you had your credit card for much more longer. Because we don't have control of that, that's why it's only 15%. That's why it's only 15%. The next part of it is credit mix. That is only 10%. And all these are all important because I'm going to show you a slide that you're going to see how the credit is being calculated with these metrics. Credit mix. What type of credit do you have? Do you have a mortgage? Do you have a store credit card? How many credit cards do you have? All those things come into play. But it's not so critical in terms of your calculation. So if you have one credit card and a car note, it's okay. Because as you build your credit history, you're going to build that over time. So that is only 10%. And the last one is new credit. The people that goes out there, if you go to Macy's and you get denied, well, you go to JCPenney, you're going to get denied too, for your information. I used to be the guy that used to go, I was thinking if you're in Virginia and you get denied, maybe go to California and you get approved. Well, it doesn't work like that. Everywhere you go, it's not worth that transaction. Mm-hmm. Christmas, if Macy's is going to give you 10% and you're going to save, well, $25 for a credit card, I don't think it's a really good deal. Because the new credit, anytime you're trying to apply for a credit card, you get denied. If your credit score is really low, you can lose between 5 to 8 points. If your credit score is high, you lose between 2 to 5. So we, the people that we go to JCPenney, we go to Macy's and deny. Well, it tells you stop. And also, lenders don't like that. They don't like to see you are going all over the place and you are getting denied. So it gets to a point that we need to put a stop to it. And I'll tell this to all the listeners. I don't know how you feel when you get denied for something. I don't know how you feel, because how I felt in my old days, I felt horrible. Because in situations like now, we need that credit card or we need that credit line increase to be able to feed or keep the light on. If you ask people for money, they might not be able to give you anything. But if you have good credit, you can maintain in this pandemic season, you can take care of your family. So it is very important, or it's critical. Credit is like a live blood stream. But the funny part of it is, Einstein, they don't teach this in school. Mm-hmm. Nobody gives you a manual like marriage. Well, I haven't seen it yet. But guess what? Knowledge is the key. Mm-hmm. My advice to our community is our kids are going to grow up. And this is what was going to happen. They're going to go to school. Their parents will not teach them credit. And they'll go to college and they'll struggle to get approved for a school loan. And because of that, a lot of people have been college dropped out because their mom and dad wasn't able to sign for them to go to college. Mm-hmm. Some marriages are being broken homes because the man and the wife, both of them don't have no good credit. Who's going to help you? So if we can't make it, we got to have the knowledge to help our children to be able to do this. This is not about us. Don't fix your credit for yourself. It's okay if you want to live in an apartment. It's fine. But get this knowledge for your kids or your children, because you might look back 10 years ago and be like, you know what? I heard this guy talking about credit and I didn't really listen. And for my Ghanaian folks, Africa, Ghana, London, Canada, wherever you are in the world, listen to hear my voice. Let's talk about credit. Credit is not a bad thing. Having a bad credit is okay. It doesn't really tell you who you are. And sometimes your credit determines who you are when you're not in the room. People determine who you are. But to be honest with you, understand, a lot of people that have bad credit, it's not because they were negligent, because maybe they didn't have the knowledge, because school loans, because they got sick, because they lost their jobs. These are things that is part of our life. So, but we still have people that loses their job and they're able to still maintain good credit. because they kept good payment history with their credit cards and their mortgage companies. So they can go about and do exception things for them. So this is how I want to elaborate these 5 key components. So I know I really took about 10 minutes to talk about this, because for everything else that I'm about to talk about, if you don't get nothing, when you see this graph, that should be your bread and butter. We got to keep that payment going in on time. It's only going to happen when you know your primary bills and your secondary bills. When that credit card is due, at least give them that minimum payment. If that's what you feel like, get that minimum payment in. Don't pay that cell phone bill and ignore the credit card. No, it's better I don't have a TV to watch, but I'll make my car payment. These are the things that we have to understand. So I understand. I hope you are there.
Yes.
Okay. Now, the next slide, it kind of breaks down the same thing. The payment history, it kind of breaks down the same thing I talk about. So let's go to where it gives you the credit slide, the color coding, the color coding, the graph.
Okay.
Yes, the graph. The graph.
All right, we are in there.
Okay. Okay. So the graph is going to kind of tell you how the credit is being, if your credit score is from 300, and
okay.
So credit from 300 to 629, that means you have a bad credit. I don't want to use the word bad, because a lot of people that have bad credit, they are not bad people. I want to use the word challenging credit. I think that is more, it calms my heart down. It's more kind of, okay, I have challenging. Anything challenging I can overcome with a good mindset. The next one is 630 to 689. It's fair. 690 to 719, you got a good credit score. And 720 to 850, excellent. So where are you at on this map? And I don't want you to show me to show me your credit. I don't want you to answer this question either. Well, if you are in 300, I used to be there. Don't feel bad. We can move the needle to 630. If you are in fair, let's pay some of the debt or whatever we need to do to get into the 690s. This metrics, SAR numbers here win. It shows, instead he said, this is how your interest rates are being driven. You can be living in the same neighborhood, living in the same house, but trust me, your mortgage is not the same. The reason why I'm saying that your mortgage is not the same, because your neighbor might have 720 to 850 credit score. So your neighbor is paying less. You might be driving the same car. Your payment is $720 a month, but the same neighbor is driving the same car, and they got 72 months, no interest. Right now, the dealership are giving 4 months with no payment, 72 months, no interest. That means you are getting a car for free, but your credit score got to be above 720 to get that. So somebody can still buy a car for $30,000 and drive, and them still pay $30,000 with this pandemic. And you can still go to the dealership and your credit score is 630, and you can still get a payment of $720. So it is very important that we save money. And with challenging credit, we pay more money. Credit, bad credit, or challenging credit, or low credit score, it costs us money. Money that we can keep for our kids' college. Money that we can save for emergencies. So it is very important that we keep that credit score on the top. So let's go to the next slide where it gives you the breakdown of what's needed to improve on your credit score.
All right. There's 2 slides. You want to do the one with the arrow?
Yeah, don't do the one with the arrow.
Okay, got you. All right, we have it up.
Okay, we have it up. So, paying on time. Remember I said payment history. Mm-hmm. It's about 192 points. That is huge. So if you are not making payment on time, well, I have a news for you. You're probably not getting as much from the 192. There's no one that we are forward to. And guess what? We can fix that. Amount owed on your credit cards. The more money that we owe on these credit cards, it definitely affects us. That is 165. So if we can do the basic and pay things on time and use less of our credit cards, we'll be good. So when you are playing around 82 points, 55 points, 55, but that's nothing. You can get 55 plus 55 and 82. That is nothing. So what is killing us is not anything but the payment history and the amount owed. And I want this to sink in. I want this to really sink in for some time. And just think about it. What can we do? What can we do today to change that? I will tell you as we move forward. So the next slide kind of gives you the same thing, but from a percentage standpoint. 35%, 30%, 15%, 10%, and 10%. That is the same slide that I showed. So Einstein, maybe you can move that to that next slide as well.
All right. Yeah, I'm on that one.
Okay, so 35% paying things on time. We talk about that. 30% credit card usage. 15% how long have you had credit? 10% type of credit, and 10% new credit inquiries. Okay. So now, how do you feel? Do you feel like you are getting there? Okay. I do ask a lot of questions when it comes to when was the last time people pulled their credit? And 90% of the time, what I hear is, I don't remember. I got bad credit, so I don't even check anymore. I gave up. Well, in the morning, when you wake up and you have your morning devotion, you look at your kids before you go to school, work, whatever you do. You check your bank account. I would challenge you that you look at your credit score, if possibly every day. You know, it doesn't matter what the score is. It's the content that makes the score. And at the moment that we give up on that credit score, nothing will change. And I said that from the beginning, maintaining a good credit is a lifestyle. So we have to change that. So if you haven't pulled your credit in a long time, when I say a long time, maybe a year, I have a free information for you. Everybody is entitled to get a free credit report pulled every year for free. Go to www. You can go to the next slide. How to get your credit report. This is the slide that you're going to need to pull your credit. www.annualcreditreport.com. You can call the number, but I like to get it online. You go online, it will give you the 3 major credit bureaus: Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion. These are the major 3 credit bureaus. And I want you to pull that credit report. Pull the hard copy of that credit report. And as worse that you might think the report is, there's always something good is in there. At least check for your spelling of your name. because there's millions of people data being stored, and people are using people's personal identifications to open credit cards and loans and stuff. So make sure, first thing, get 3 highlighters. The first one, check for your name spelling. Make sure everything is fine. Make sure your addresses that you live is the addresses on your file. Because sometimes you might have Felix the senior, Felix the junior. Who knows? Check for those things. Now you get your second highlighter. Let's check for those items that we have, at least we are paying something on time. If you have a credit card that you're doing well, at least highlight those things. That kind of gives you a sort of a motivation. And the last one, highlight the areas that we want to work on. So this is the information to pull your credit for free. This will give you a hard copy. Print it out. Let's deep dive and get to the bottom of the areas that we need to improve. And if you do have any questions, definitely we can help you when you get in touch. The next slide is what everybody knows. How to log into Credit Karma. Credit Karma. Everybody want to log into Credit Karma. Yep. Let me tell you, Credit Karma is a good tool. Very, very good tool. It doesn't give you all the information, live information to be precise. Credit Karma is about 2 weeks delayed. It will give you an update every week, but it's not a live information. But it's a good starting point. And you will see Equifax and TransUnion. You will not see Experian because Experian don't have a contract with them. So at least it gives you kind of sort of an information that is useful. It's better to have a visibility or don't have no visibility at all. So I would challenge, once again, everybody that haven't put their credit in a long time, if you're one of them, download Credit Karma, and let's make sure that we get that downloaded right now. You register Credit Karma, and let's look at what is there. You might not like the, maybe I won't pet the 3 numbers now, but facts are facts. At the moment that you pull your credit report, you're about 60% there. When we ignore that credit report, nothing will change. When you have the courage to pull it, to talk about it, to make a change, to make a step, you are about 60% there. The rest will fall in place, but you have to put in work. People say, I'll go to church and I pray. Great. I love it. But we got to put in the work. I'll do my best and God will do the rest. I love that too. But you got to put in the work. When your kids is going to school and you want to be a co-signer and you can't do it, it's a regret. It's a shame for us. So that's why today's section is very personal to me, because me keeping a good credit is not about me. It's about the type of school that I want my kids to go. It's the type of relationship that I want to have with my kids, my family. These are things that are very important. So if we are not able to teach our kids money, they're going to struggle. Their peers are going to be ahead of them. And I'll tell you why as we go. So let's go to, I want to give you a credit tip of the day. A credit tip of the day. A lot of people always want to tell me, Felix, credit card is no. Credit I've seen people that put their credit or the credit card region. People will freeze their credit card and put it in the fridge. I don't want to use it again. I'm okay with that. Do not close your oldest account. Do not. You remember that 15%? If you close that credit card, you've lost the payment history. You're going to lose the credit limit that you have you're going to lose the history that you've built with them, that 15%. So if you have cards that you don't use, every other month, swipe something, $10, pay it off. Keep that account open. Keep that account open, because the longer you are using that card or you have that card, it's helping you. And I'm telling you right now, somebody flushed their credit card in the toilet, whatever they did. I'm okay with that. The only time that you feel like you want to close that account, make sure the rest of your account has matured. If you have 3 credit cards, one is 10 years, one is 6 months, the other one is 2 months. Well, when you close the 10 years account, you just lost about 70 points, just like that. So you got to keep those accounts open for a long time, because that is holding up a big chunk of your credit score. So when you have spent so much on that credit card that you want to pay it off, and you pay it off, you are so happy, don't close it. Example like this season. Somebody asked me yesterday, so what about if Macy's and JCPenney, they go out of business? Well, when the company goes out of business and you have their store card, the store card gets closed. Yes? You still owe them money, but the account gets closed. That is why I like store cards that have Visa or MasterCard or American Express. Because when the store closes, that credit card is still active, because it's not being controlled by Macy's. It's controlled by Macy's and American Express. That is something that we got to look at. So a lot of companies are struggling, and people are saying this company will go out of business and all of that. If the company goes out of business and you have their credit card, obviously, guess what? For your information, that account gets closed. You lose the payment history. You lose that credit limit that is helping you to keep your utilization low. Yes. And lately, Synchrony Bank been closing up a lot of accounts because it's pandemic. They don't want to leave so much credit limit out there. Even though you're not using their credit card, they will close it. I know somebody that has 6 accounts, more than 80, no, not 6, 12 credit cards closed. Not because they used it, because they weren't using it. So can you imagine that person utilization was at 60% and they use all their credit cards, closing one account with $10,000. You know what will do to your credit? Boom, credit goes down. But because that person's credit utilization was at 3%, when those accounts close, he still maintain a good credit score. So sometimes having more credit card is better because it gives you window, it gives you room to spend when it's needed, or when you are thinking about a big purchase. Let's say you have your utilization is 27% now. It's not looking that great, but it's okay. And you want to buy a laptop for $2,000. Well, do you just go to the store and spend $2,000 and your utilization goes to 32% and your credit score goes down? No. You call your current credit card company and say, hey, can you increase my credit limit? If they give you $2,000 more and you spend $2,000, your credit doesn't change. Everything is still the same. That's why it's always important you keep your utilization low, because you don't know when you're going to need that credit. So for you to keep or get, when your utilization is about 29%, nobody want to give you money because you already owe so much money. So credit card companies don't look at your credit score to give you something. Somebody have 720 credit score, but their utilization is out of whack. Same thing like somebody got 720 credit score, but they cannot buy a house because their DTI, debt to income ratio, 55-45. When you have 100% of your income, 55% needs to go towards your bills and 45 needs to be available. People cannot buy a house because they have debt. They got cars, they got credit card debt. They cannot buy a home because they look at how much money that you are bringing in and how much debt that you have. You need to pay down debt before a bank or a lender will approve you. These are some of the fundamentals of credit. So going back to the credit tip of the day, do not close your oldest account. If you don't want to use it every other month and keep it as long as you can, because it's helping your credit score. The credit tip for today again is going to be never pay. And so we're going to go to the next slide.
All right.
It says never pay late when it comes to credit cards and other loans, especially if you've had a long history of good credit.
Wow.
One late payment can knock 100 points from your credit score. Einstein will be the next slide one.
Yeah, we are on it.
If you can't remember to mail a check every month, set up a requiring payment online. One late payment can cost you 100 points. That is huge. One late payment. And I hope when I open up the phone lines for questions, people will have a lot to say. And I know somebody sitting on their couch with their family or by themselves and be like, you know what? I think this guy is right. No, I know I'm right. All right, let's go to the next one.
All right.
Authorized users. Authorized user. What is an authorized user? This is the area where I would say I don't want to be, say what I don't need to say on this radio in terms of, this is why our peers, right? Our kids are in school. They will come out and they will have challenges because when their peers are in school, their mom and dad will put them on their credit cards. By the time they turn 18, their credit score is 740, and you don't understand that. They'll go to college. They'll come out of college, and they can just go buy a car or buy a house. Well, their parents had credit knowledge, so they put them on their credit card as an authorized user. When you put somebody as an authorized user, it doesn't have to be your kids. You can even put your wife or your husband. So an authorized user is you having one good. Remember, you've had this credit card for 10 years. And please, I don't want you to put your children or your kid on a credit card that you owe $9,000 on there. No, that's not what I'm talking about. If your limit is $10,000, it needs to be a credit card you had it for more than 2 years. No late payment. No late payment on that credit card, and your balance is really low. Don't add your kids to a credit card when your limit is $10,000 and you spend $9,500. I'm sorry, you're doing them no good. You're actually going to cause them to lose more points. So, authorized users are good. It's one of the fastest ways to improve your credit score between 30 to 60 days.
Wow. 30
to 60 days. If your credit score is about 600 and your credit utilization is at 32%, and I'm sitting here and I want to help you, I have a Chase credit card. Remember, you are only going to feed off that credit card. You're not going to feed off my mortgage. You're not going to feed off my other loans. No. You are only feeding off of that credit card history. So when your kid turns 18, you put your daughter on that credit card. There we go. Now your daughter have 10 years of good payment history already on her credit report. Your daughter have $10,000 available of credit to be spent. You don't have to give your daughter the credit card. You can keep that credit card. But whatever you do on that credit card, it helps your child. Whatever you do on that credit card, it helps your husband. So when your credit utilization is at 32% and your husband got a $20,000 limit credit card, if your husband adds you as an authorized user, and it got to be a good credit card. It cannot be those Legacies, no. Discover, American Express, Chase, whatever. Lowe's, Home Depot. When they put you on that credit, and that credit report shows up on when that credit card shows up on your credit report, you're going to see your credit utilization go from 32 to 10% because now you have $20,000 available for you. Not to spend, but to help you increase your credit score. This is what they do. That's why their children have better credit score, but we don't. Our kids don't. We leave our kids for them to struggle in the credit world themselves rather than teaching our kids money. Hey, son, you are in college. You don't have any credit score. I'm going to put you on my credit because daddy or mommy have kept their credit very good for the last 10 years. Guess what? Your kid will come out of college with 720, 780. You have good investment for your child. They buy their own car. They buy their own house. Now they already get credit card in their name. And you can take yourself off that credit card because now you waited for your kid to build their own credit and you remove yourself. That's one of the fastest ways. But what we do is, the one way that we do is secure credit card. That's a good way. But you let your daughter or your son go to the bank, put $500 down and all of that. That's fine. But what happened to your credit card that you had a good payment history that you can help your son or your wife or your husband? That is the fastest way. Let's do that for each other. But when somebody does that favor for you, it's not common. When somebody do you that favor, remember, the person is giving you a bloodstream to get on your feet. When you get on your feet, you got to make sure that when you have that credit card, don't spend it. If the person makes a payment late, it will affect your credit too. So it's just like co-signing. You are an authorized user. An authorized user will have a credit card, but when they go spend money, the original credit card holder is still responsible, not the authorized user. So you can still add your child, but don't give them the credit card. You maintain that credit card. All that they're doing is just feeding off the information of that credit card. Okay. Wow. My last slide is going to be soft inquiries and hard inquiries. In the past, a lot of people used to say, when you owe somebody money after 7 years, it will fall off your credit. Well, I have another information for you. It was a myth. I'm sorry. I used to owe people money on my credit card. I waited 9 years. It was still on there. I was told if I moved from Virginia to Atlanta, it would go away. No, it didn't. That was a lie. So the only thing that falls off your credit is credit inquiries. When somebody runs your credit today, 2 years from today, it will fall off. If somebody runs your credit today, 2 years from today, it will fall off automatically. That is the only thing that falls off your credit. But guess what? If you're buying a house and somebody run your credit, you're buying a house. If you're buying a car and they run your credit one time, make sure they are running your credit one time. It's one time. But when you're going to different stores, getting denied, and you're getting inquiries, 2 points, at 2 points, 3 points, well, by the time you are done, you're not going to get the credit card you're looking for, but you're losing more points. And it looks bad on your credit report because lenders look at you like you're hungry for money. So this is where God has brought us. And I think I will give it back to my producer, CEO, Einstein. I know we've talked a lot, and I hope we have a lot of questions, and we are ready to go.
Excellent. Mr. Gentleman, and we want to say God bless you for the insightful information. Actually, this is very, very good information, and we are really learning today. We want to say God bless you for enlightening us through these set of slideshows and information. We do have a lot of questions that we have gathered. So at this point, I would like to tell the viewers that the lines are officially opened for anybody that wants to call the studio to ask a question. The lines are officially open. The phone line is on the line. As if you are watching the TV or watching on Facebook, the first line is +1 571 251 9752. That is +1 571 251 9752. That will come to me here on WhatsApp, and we'll take your call next to the mic, so we'll be able to hear your question and get it addressed to you. Now, besides that, the best way to also contact us is call directly to the studio. The number is +1 571 577 4471. That way you'll be able to hear everything that is going on the live broadcast. So +1 571 577 4471. That is the studio line. +1 571 577 4471. So feel free to call any of these numbers with your questions, and let's continue to learn. So, Mr. Felix, once again I say God bless you. Let's see some of the questions that we had. The number one question that I had over the course of the week, the person asked me, what is a credit card and how is it different from a debit card?
Well, that's a very good question. A credit card is pretty much, it builds, is a revolving, right? A credit card is not, I would say it's called OPM, other people's money, right? You know, and I use this as an example. I go to a store, I want to go to buy a Louis Vuitton bag. Mm-hmm. It's $3,000. I don't know if you've been to Louis Vuitton, but they don't do no sale. During this pandemic, it's still the same price, you know? So you have a debit card and I have a credit card. You have a debit card with Bank of America. It's your own cash. It's okay. But I have the same amount of money in my account, but I want to use my Chase Freedom credit card to make this purchase. Okay. So both of us have the money, but I'm going to use my credit card. You're going to use your debit card. So you go to the store, you swap your debit card, you pay for that item, good to go. Debit card, take your receipt, have a blessed day. I will use my credit card, and guess what? It will post on my account. Since I have the money in my account, straight, I'll make the payment. I'll pay it off before the cycle, and at the end of the month, I will get 1.5% cash back for the purchase that I made. So if you do 1.5% from $3,000, I just got $35 back for the same transaction that we did. So the difference between it is credit card is other people's money, and debit card is your own money. Debit card don't do you no good. You pay for it, you pay for it. Credit card, you pay for it, you still have the money in your account, and you use that to pay, and you use credit card to make money. Or you use credit card to build travel miles. You use credit card to do so many different things. So I would challenge the person that says the difference is debit card is it doesn't do you any good. You have the money, you have the money. Credit card, just make sure, the goal is make sure we have the money in our account. We shouldn't be spending or overspending or going over our budget just because you want to prove a point. That is where we get in trouble with that credit utilization.
Wow. Wow, thank you so much for that answer. Another question that we had is, what do I need to apply for a credit card?
Okay. What do we need to apply for a credit card? First of all, we need to know what type of credit card that we want and why do we need that credit card. You know, we apply for credit card just because maybe we need money. That is a way to apply for a credit card. That is going to get you into trouble. You know, we apply for credit card because I do a lot of traveling. So I want to apply for a city travel miles card where anytime I fly or I buy a ticket, I got travel miles where at the end of the year, I can go on vacation or I can go to Ghana and redeem my points and be on business class. Some people don't understand why people travel all the time. You know, you can use your debit card and buy the same ticket. But somebody use your credit card and buy the same ticket, but because they are stacking up miles, they can get perks that you can get. So you need your social security number, your right information, your income, and the most importantly, what type of credit card that you want and why do you want that credit card. What is going to, because a lot of times credit cards are more kind of into, annual fees and all of that. If you want to get a credit card that doesn't have no annual fee, that's great because you don't have to pay no money to hold that card because you are the consumer. You are in the front seat. They need you. You don't need them. This only happens when you have good credit score. They will come to you, and you will have the opportunity to select who you want to go with. So, what you need is your income, social security number, address, and why you want that credit card. And hopefully you get approved. Yep.
Wow. Thank you so much, Felix. Let me see. Okay. Somebody said, how do I get a credit card if I have no credit history?
It's very tough to get a credit card with no credit history because nobody trusts you. Sometimes having bad credit is better than no credit.
Okay.
That's how bad the system is. Sometimes banks will give somebody that had a bad credit a chance than somebody that doesn't have no credit. And you probably sitting there like, what are you talking about? Yes. The bank is willing to risk somebody that have bad credit before and now they want to do better. And guess what? The reason why the banks will do that because they want to make more money from the person that had bad credit. And because the interest they're going to put on that credit card. And the reason why they will give the person a chance because the person have had bad credit before. So given a second chance, they're going to maintain it. Nobody want to get hit with credit for the second time. So how? Either somebody will put you as an authorized user, like I said, or you go to your bank, you apply for a secure credit card. That point, you're going to put your own money down. It can range from $200 to $500 or more if you want to. And you're going to use that to build your own positive credit history. The bank will give you an average between 3-6 months. I've seen the worst is 1 year. They will graduate you, and they will give you unsecured. They'll give your money back to you, and they will give you a credit card. So by then, you have built credit history with them. Nobody's going to trust you. So you have to use your own money. They want you to spend your own money and see how you're going to use your own money and pay back. How well you're going to do that.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow. Yeah, easy. It's not easy.
Yo, easy.
Felix, yeah, kind of say, I think say sometimes I know say English no boy and pan so no send ye chief only be so benefit
okay.
Next set of questions no yen try na yen fa twi ne so fra mo send ye bebo mo because once the last time na program back one yen na wo kan o twi mu na me na me twa mu keken so me asem ne Thomas because you are saying it in the level ametiasia but for the benefit of your viewers in tinye no brofum. So to our viewers that don't understand the tree dialect, excuse us for a few moments as we try and dissect this problem and bring it to a level where a lot of the Ghanaians will understand, because our platform has a lot of Ghanaians here and we want to make sure they really understand what's going on. So let's do a few of these questions in the tree dialect. Okay, so somebody's asking, how many credit cards should I have in order to build credit?
Well, Mecca say, how many? Good will be a wow shot, ubit me handle. But my advice, I'm a demo behind say, we need two and can get bad.
Okay.
So what secure credit card back home. Not a bank, with this capital no more and can the build that history no more back. You can use that to establish your home. So that's a minimum be our 35 credit cards.
Hey, wow.
Yes. Then no crown no 49 no more close to be because no one you see. And on a bois with the credit utilization, no, such as it. And right now for the starters, 1 or 2. So when your credit card, no, your car loan back could be, and one quite our best for will be chairman. And in here, we could be use back on a credit score 700 and something. And then the plan, a quite our best will be chairman in here. Into the old back, you be maintaining the year. The measure channel.
Wow.
The measure channel. Such as here. Into the do it's not about the do war, it's about Bakona one same and a washer so. Same and a washer card so. Because you're not about Coco went to Manchester, you need of ending. Such as say, into Bakona went to Manchester, a DNT and I went to Manchester. That's where we have to go back to the source. A DNA happening here. You lose your jumentia. And I say, Dean, that to India. And I say, say, minimum payment in okay. So that say, and Sano Mano and I ring, a CMA agent come into South Jobusa question, minimum beer or what that many 36. When you see me now, but when you say, or better, I didn't know, so this car, net ho. And none is self-control and self-discipline. At the moment, you don't have self-discipline, there can be a bonus.
Wow, very powerful. Yeah, that's Felix. Obinsu Busa say, what does it mean to be pre-approved for a credit card? I know it says sometimes we feel crowd to me the letter banner. Yes, you are pre-approved. They are doing that.
Okay, I don't know. Question me the part. Now, first of all, no, I didn't pre-approved in the bro. One more thing here, and I was thinking of Grandmont here. There be. But I'm a true agency, baby. So, a plan be banks need to go on, man. Credit card companies, or more bank no. No more say, oh, yeah, more credit score, yeah, be about 600 to 720. When you be about 10,000, no more to offer to. More to family say this time. No more Christmas best one. No more to offer 10,000 offers at home. So I'm to 10,000 8,000 ever responded. 5,000 be approved. 3,000 be discount. A 1,000 to back. No many for so. Anytime beyond, credit bureaus, the point of credit bureaus for the can say, almost information at the my banks, anytime we be pull credit to the Omutia credit bureaus for no musica. Omutia. And it's a when you say pre-approval, no, I will mail more. When you say, and people maybe I any MP, but a bad idea, baby. See, I'm clear. Me cash more card more from back with me. Which issue be about? Louis Vuitton be about me. That's what we do. And when you pre-approval now, it's not when you say, okay. Again, I mean, here's our credit card. When you say, Obi person do took him into the bro, and I say, Obi person bow. And one bit may say, yeah, or could no credit utilization number form, now credit score, now cost. That is fine. Now, so could no one could do a future and a card, yeah, any giving a problem. Now, payment brain is your purpose what? Yeah, you read the credit card and the credit. The who you say your friend number no. Number very nice. When you approve no. You read the interest rate. You read the annual fee. And then you do work with a credit card. Which you have $400 a year to hold that credit card. Only when you say it will be annual fee. You who you any pre-approval 3,000. Me akoje me etwa ticket me etu kwan e be tuatua ne kakra wo betua no utia 120 o fa tax me utia 500 don wan se bibia bebom no akotwi 500 na utia no o ka akosei no wasa ba square one sa obey ne sa for so many years and one thing I need to ya pa ne so ne credit card need to there papa need there need to there Media the papa, Nitia there, understand? Very hard. In Tiano, and chrono, do you much as a chrono, the can more there. Why would you say me take 3,000? No matter what be account. Make us a G. Obajia, who say Obajino. Not what the strategies or what G. I'm a worker about for me. Yes, what G. I could do. Into more Mukuta credit card 36, 46, no. And yes, more you know more spend you or more G. Now just in case emergency bad to credit limit 100,000. Let's say credit utilization, 2%. Pandemic, you are living a normal life. Even though so or living on his credit card, you know, nothing changes. We must spend 10,000. And the credit score form because our room baby to spend. And nothing more credit card. But you go spend it just because you spend it. And see, I hope say pre-approval no. You must have a question. You must have interest rate to saying, annual fee to saying, at the end of one, at the end of my credit card. So now make it sense to you or personally. Yeah, go ahead and do it. But if it's not, wakuma wom, and I say when you credit card work out with ya, Busumi be out here $10. Who you show when you show? I didn't say because credit card $500. Which is $500 now. I know it will be training because I've been through it. $500. No more charge you $120. When you card no, what the card $120. Or more approval no matter more 120 film. Busumi be our motor $5 maintenance fee. Are you serious? It happened. Your credit score ever formula. And only opportunity bank for the money. And because you need the casino, near Genesis, no man to be an tier $10. So we could take 5 credit card for 10 years. 10 years, you know. $10 a month with the calculation. Means you're very careful. Oh, pre-approvers. And if you're man or more credit score high, no. So some of the pre-approvers maybe back for more credit scores so very low. You're very careful, pa.
Wow, that's very powerful. Eradin Shrao, Mr. Felix. Share a few more questions. Maybe see for Sunny Ekano, Lan, a jar to person free and obisa question be a bit my friend. Whether you are having a credit crisis, you need some insight on and no maybe for seek a some home or credit home, especially Luti America, Canada. You best also be free na webusa expert no. He's all ours, and he's going to be a great blessing to you. So please make it time, and be part of it. All right. So the number again in the good.
And now, as I make a BB of chat here for say, if I just offer, open to be a question, maybe. You say your community no be at the church. Obi to one of Adrian's question about Busan. My question so people Busan a question, Mamma. We are not judgmental. I've worked with so many clients. Everything is confidential. So you can call in, ask questions. It doesn't have to pertain to you. Question now, what do you want? Somebody else is thinking about it. So let's save lives. This is very important. Say you'll be taking it personal. Now you have to start any question that we want because now it might be free, but maybe tomorrow it might cost you some money.
Yeah, Radin Shrao. So one of the questions is why and they say, how old do you have to be to get a credit card?
18. 18.
18.
Yeah, 18.
Wow. Okay.
But 18. Obi 18 be any credit, any good credit history.
Right.
Who apply and from out. So your authorized user, no? Your parent had to put you on and build that for you maybe a year or two to get that.
And say be at the age of 18, I just say or go through the what's it can you authorize and sign
yes, I've seen parents if you start your mom 16 or more card no more. By the time maybe 18 no more ready. Not credit name. So yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and a credit card in the work all the battles of authorized user. I'm on a small limit or the better gas or college or you use credit card now who control. For 10,000 in man, but with me, I'm a man minimizing. I know on the limit naked to be a 500 no control that 500 no but we not to tia and to beat me who's all gas in the sun man man so boy and one of credit no a cost.
Wow. Yo. Now your mommy bisa or say a debt collector has contacted me about an old debt. Do I have to pay it? Say or the camera that be now I feel yeah friend the then also uti and answer was we ignore.
Collection one some there. Make a came mommy say a canon a bit to say a tax lien and I say school loan there. I don't know mad but say pay one some. Anna mommy share collection for na sekakra. Collection companies, you know, almost a company. Almost a year, Juma, for said the L4C radio more Juma for your training or mono. Into Omono, training or to the point say, throw a certain time of the day. When no family tea dining table, home by 7:20 now, house phone, airing it. On my first cell phone, one fat. On my before fear phone. Would you have your crowd to sound cell phone on before Juma? I come up passing your number there. Now, Emra, Yana, a can be said, a corner the empire, January, February, March, April, May. Ya file taxes, no. Course, no, we the empire, and there will be a collection phobia any day, Yana, or more bit media dance here. And see, and also, it's all based on case by case. Say, Ubetiana, say, Winchia. It's not for Jane say what the Obika after 7 years, one year, a bit free credit. And yes, I'm here. And run a war honor, HSA. And run a war honor, HSA. So, would the Obika 7 years, after 7 years, no, on to me for own court. And then yamu and Tia say, you know, it's a medoka. Na mentia kano na 7 years ebe twema ntimi fa me nko court enko garnish me pay nti so what she say with the obi ka be 2 years ago na answer na account ko be do collections no e di be 4 months answer nti so what credit card no want to o be trust on be frɛ and na hospital bill o be frɛ no mo e credit mo no kasa ni ni tua kakra ye ni say e be di mre bi no what do you make 1,000? It be 4 months. No more shana one year. Na collection company biaba was I can't wait the metal. So collection companies, you know, almost a canon on pennies on a nickels, on dollars. Into a canon 1,000. No, a canon me 1,000. This one. A canon 1,000. No, on make us say okay. You be more 500. If I tell me the Einstein me the oka mentia what they may call collection agency ho na omatia 500 amount. That means a canon aka 500 because of these companies, you know, big companies, big corporations, you know. 500 na aka mu no omba ko file taxes. No mind am writing it off as a tax write off. Into right there no company no and your 1,000 back. Until then, no collection agents, no much money say, all the move fees, near attorney fees, near other things, ever now for move do a cheap, ever the pro musica. Now, I'm no press, 1 year went here, 3 years went here. It won't come with me, Tom, can move before. Now, if let an green, now if I can be pink. Now, multi to company way. And you talk and free one. Two on my with me, no, I'm with my fro. Now, one time, I catch it here for and say, never accept any debt over the phone. More beyond from cancer than a cat, now, a chain than a cat. There be that. It's one of the biggest mistakes. And now, I'm afraid as well. I'll make us say, yeah, Mr. Good Life in here. We'll say, yes. Okay. Now, one thing is before we make us a question, don't ignore them. if you call save your number, don't pick up one, don't pick up two, don't pick up. So say, my don't pick up next time. I know. Just if you call save, if you call save, MID, any MID. Now, I'm going to make sure my wife is a woman at tea. But the mammy family can tell me say, me to no one to leave you. You're training the training. This is a good life, Patron. I'm calling you, Mephonia discussing serious matter. Okay. Now, we can verify our last 4 of the social. Debbie. No, just to say yes, I'm no just to say I say okay. Now, what dress in here? I say my dress in here. So, when I frame me into commercial. Remember, say, Obi wa California, not just say the person is legal to collect a debt of Virginia. Because he had him sad trick because it's 7 years, he become a canon. Next week, and a 7 years number. Now 7 years, so just a bit free credit, just is something found court. But on the person, now we could share a canon $10, na canon, as I reset today, number 1. 6 years, next year ago. Now, no. Either so, on bet me to walk court, and I say, on bet my tongue can I before because what you mean tongue car after 6 months, now I cannot share. Obi no better. If you on try say, I can't cost 6, 7 years, so now be close to 7 years now. On bet throw, on bet trust someone who been negotiated very closely. You make it payment $1 say cream, now cannot reset it back to day number 1. Now, omunu baby. Now, no, only to make a tongue can I move before. So, to answer the question, and you can be any tear. What the Canadian, but you can be any tear. Because, the Aquarian say, who call hospital? And I win your bill, our mail. I would advise you say, win your bill now, call them and make a payment arrangement. The issue is, if you stop it, the bleed. We shouldn't ignore. Ignore. So let us me answer now. As some never call and I say accounts never call collections. No, you try to stop it. Sadly, no, and sana do collections. And tell the brain, you ignore. And you know, and you can be an idiot. Now, at the right time, is on the next section into collection into details.
Right.
A choir will receive those phone calls. A choir will be no makasa. Letter will be requested. But the goal is say never accept any debt over the phone because nobody credit card one general phone so. What general phone so when you company in the man. If I can't work I don't know to or illegal or license or down or phone so. And a letter call or wait to send you so seize phone calls. There's a letter called seize phone calls. Which is the common moment for more harass. So you have your right. And you know, Yen try say maybe our next section we will get into more of the collections. But Filipakono, every year bit my frame. Now I can go into detail. But to the question, and you can be anything.
Wow, powerful. Yeah, Brad been to question me, but I think I need to address that Obusa say what is the ideal number of credit cards to carry? And I think say can be say you can have as many, but what they all recommend it to.
Yeah.
I think I don't know. Another question is about your WhatsApp group. Nipani Ebisa say, if I don't have the money to file for bankruptcy, what can I do?
You know, that is, you know, before we get to that bankruptcy stage, there has to be a normal benefit. You know, 2008 foreclosure, amount for Lucio homes, and we are praying to get bomb by Empire say this time around, you know, we are not going to get there because people have been through so much. And if you don't have the money to file for bankruptcy, I would challenge you, say, we need to find a lawyer because whatever chapter of bankruptcy that you want to file, it costs money. So, and a lot of times, you know, Ubinyanko Fugum Befro say, Branian Kika, a canning in our mum, na yintiana one time. My advice will say we shouldn't go that route because ubewie no na e kana wo de omo no mo antue ni na nti e better say ne credit card for no be negotiate one on one. Nti I will advise that person say we will get into a lawyer, and sometimes even the county crowd woman they can help you go through that, especially. So it's all case by case with that question.
Okay. All right. Nice. Yeah, a few more questions about na ya search okay. Etiefo any ahwefo ebiem se mo hwen a your number no any good screen so no betimi afrɛ na wabusa question bi a wo mayen bia se unhuna mesa edi atoso biem number no +1571 2519752 and then by your WhatsApp to all our listeners and viewers that are listening to us. If you have any questions about your finances, if you are struggling to understand certain terminologies within the financial world, we have a very great financial advisor on the line that we are speaking to right now. Just ask your question and he will be glad to answer. And as he said, it doesn't even have to be your question. It can be a question for somebody else. So don't feel like you're going to be embarrassed or anything like that. Just call in. You don't have to say your name and just ask your question so that somebody can also benefit from your question. All right. So as we are getting ready to wrap up, we have a few questions that we received. We want to get them all to Mr. Felix so he can address those for us. Somebody's asking, will checking my credit report hurt my credit score? A lot of people say, I think you're going to be able to clarify it more. Some people will say, oh, if you use Credit Karma to check, it will hurt it. Some people say, oh, no, it doesn't. It's a lie. Some people will say, oh, this. So, you can clarify that for us.
No, it doesn't hurt your credit score. Okay. It's just like checking your bank account. There's no extra money in there. There's no extra money in there.
Okay.
So that's it. If you checking your credit score will not hurt you. You can check your credit score 10 times a day. But you can be anywhere better than that credit score. No.
Okay.
So far as say, you use your Credit Karma. No. Say, obi pull credit or compare credit card there, and yeah, a better hit you, and you find a hard inquiry. Into why we pull credit and you find a soft inquiry. It's just like you're gonna go light here and answer with this cell phone. I'm gonna take a snapshot of your credit. They don't pull your credit all the way to the end. You just take a snapshot and it doesn't affect your credit. So no matter is true, no. You beat me pulling it so many times. It doesn't any shit.
Okay. Yep. All right, excellent. We have two more questions that we got, so we want to bring them. The second to last one we received was how many points does an inquiry take off your credit report? I think you addressed that.
I think so.
You addressed that
one
earlier, but maybe they weren't live to catch that. I know you were saying depending on your credit score.
Okay.
So.
Okay, so to answer that question, the lower your credit score, the higher the impact will be.
Okay.
And the higher your credit score, the less the credit inquiry will affect you.
Right.
And if your credit score was right, average between 2 to 3 points, you can lose it.
Okay.
But your credit score from every inquiry you can even go up to 5. I've seen people get hit for like 10 points because the credit it will form now within a woman and so now you like. Your cost a criminal, say a PBB, then near destroy credit, with a lot of amount of pressure. I would say so much impact. In the affected credit score no more. Until we apply the many and then try say you be minimize it. Every inquiry has to make sense. Wow. And say making sense.
Okay.
From a financial standpoint.
Yeah. Okay. Last question I over the course of the week. Nipani Busa say wako sign ama neba ne daughter. I co-sign for my daughter and or try so very refinance mortgage, or find it out say neba no 8 year payments ne late na ahete or no maame no wako sign for neba no credit score no. Inti also Busa said then obetimi aye ama sa information, I get removed. Is it even possible for that to happen, or any options be or one?
First of all, co-signer idea be say you're careful. because co-signer and the baby and so affect you. Co-signer is different from authorized user. Authorized user and what they make to a credit card as well. I'm not responsible. When are you responsible? When is it? But co-signer and more equal responsibilities. And it goes back to the time from the beginning. You think, I mean, checking the credits every day and answer once a week. Go back catch in the early stage. I can't make a late payment. You better show. So that's it. And now it's maybe chance I do and you check it out and I bit my catch it out. Now, it's late payment. So only credit card companies, I have a good history. Payment. Sometimes there's something called forgiving. I'm with me for no more listen. Me back and maybe A, B, C, and D. Almost show history. Maybe why how it's managing that. They can help you remove it. And yes, also there we can also dispute the fact, but 90% of the time, we call the credit card company. We have to negotiate a conversation with them, which will make more sense. Until here said, like this pandemic, credit card companies are not charging too much interest, and I say, you can defer for your car. It's a bit may defer, but we want to defer in the past so much. Say, well, late, or more defer, they're not even confident on some amount. So that's it. So relationship is very important in here. We have to be able to keeping up with your payments, so you don't know when you're going to need them. In the banner advice, say, on your buffer because without that late payment, refinancing, intimate cost, and as I am cost, the woman will lose more money in the long term. That's my advice.
Yeah. Yo, Mr. Felix, Yebeka Radio Radin Shiraupan. To our viewers and listeners that are watching us on L4C Radio, we say God bless you so much. It has been a great privilege to have Mr. Felix with us here on the line. Just like to keep it private, and so I know it's not everybody that'll be so comfortable to call. So a lot of people just submitted their questions for us to ask for them, and we have asked all those questions. And our brother Felix has been able to answer all these questions for us. So we want to say God bless you, Mr. Felix, for addressing all these things and enlightening us on all these issues that we are seeing in our financial lives. And we hope that we are going to be able to apply it to our lives and make better financial decisions to put us in the right position. And to our viewers, as we are getting ready to wrap up, I want to Mr. Felix to give his contact information. So in case somebody want personal advice or like on private conversation you can have with him, because I know not everyone will be comfortable to talk finances live on air like this. So that is perfectly understandable. That's why we gave that opportunity for you to ask your questions, just like some of you guys did. So Mr. Felix, if you will be able to give us the details to your information, that would be great. We'll be glad to take all those information.
Okay. I think before I do so, I think Opoku Sapon, I'll put a question here. Say, I closed my first credit card. Is it possible for me to reopen it again? Okay. I don't know how long you closed it. And some credit cards will keep it on file for 30 to 60 days. If not, you might have to reapply. When you reapply, you get hit with the new credit inquiry and you become a new customer. So I will call them and find out, say, if it's possible to reopen that account. Say, one missed that deadline. Now a credit score and from I don't know how many points you lost, because losing more than 20 points. Yeah, I would advise you, say, maybe it's best to fight that. So I guess they are applying for a new credit and going through that whole process again might cost even more. Maybe we can, talk on the side and get more detail about exactly what you want to do, because it's all about case by case, so we can tailor something special for you, and we know what we need to do from a strategic standpoint. And closing remarks, I just want to thank L4C Radio. The information is Good Life Credit Movement. We're on Facebook, the Good Life Credit Movement. Make sure say like your page and why you invite your family, friends to come out there. And goodlife_credit@yahoo.com. That is our email, and the phone number is 1-800-480-6999. 7721. Monday to Friday, 9 to 5. Definitely, you can get in touch. Shoot us an email or leave a voicemail. We can always get back with you. And, on Saturdays, normally I'll do a live program on Facebook as well. And we'll call your page also as well. You'll have open opportunity to share your old videos. And majority of the time, questions are about and maybe and your home videos. I think that's what we do. And if there are say, oh, Pempen saw the other dream, and yeah, all day, and I do mean, it's me, yeah. Now, hope then also, it's me, CMBB. Na it between their boy a bride, between their boy your ma, the urinum you know. Na be any they want to say credit, it's a journey. Yeah, according to any mistakes be back. But when we fall, we make it sure say we'll get up and then do the right thing.
Wow.
What I say. Because I'm on for common story about creditor and it brings a lot of emotions because without that, we cannot live the comfortable life that we really want to live.
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah. On behalf of L4C Multimedia and KMTV staff and answer so Rebecca say Radin Shira, Mr. Felix. Radin Shira Ebusian for so mama or a quine cry na wetimini about between Komona, Wabetre DNA. We say God bless you so much for your time, and we look forward to having occasional sessions like this with you to help those that are financially dead in knowledge, so they can be enlightened and they can position themselves in the right place. So we just say God bless you so much for this great opportunity and for this great privilege. God bless you so much.
Thank you so much. God bless you.
All right, we'll be in touch. So once again, we want to say God bless you. So we'll stay in touch.
Okay. God bless you too.
All right. Bye-bye.
Oh, yeah.
Yo, Ebusiafo, send ye canon, ye de jumedie no AC heya. Se wo hwen L4C radio TV swa na ye ka mu biem se mo som for stan ke bi wusu ena ene mede jumedie ebremo mene minua good life Mensah Felix Mensah obi a oda good life financial movement ano and I say good life credit movement ano a omo eye no ma bebre e dia sesa chese the local community and those afar omo de sesa ye nyina brabo e bia na o finances no eno ma bia to sini wom e bia finances no credit nti ama untimi nye no ma bi bibia kwakoye bia credit ama waka achiri enu nti na ye de ne bre wo no erade ya adom a anytime bia wo question bia information ye de ma am live no mutimi frɛ no me se o ka ho asem me pese me sande ba out bia e very 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 important o frɛ no wo sa ne line yi so wo you can say 1-800-480-7721 1-800-480-7721. And as I was sending an email with goodlife_credit@yahoo.com. Information be a here bia or the bema na abua on so ama ubi bia so akoso ama bibia ayefe. Ebusiafo ene na medimu AC heya asemante mon ka bi mu na makramo. Abrani abrebia be kai mo say ye live broadcast bremu a na maba behwe mo share link na mayen mo amhwe TV na Radin Shiramo mo amhwe ewo YouTube Radin Shiramo mo amhwe wo Facebook Radin Shiramo mo amuti wo radio so Radin Shiramo na onka mo ho movie for no ye the movie ebremu na anwumre ya anti mo stay put MIN ye the bebremu in the next few minutes na more enjoy it with my family. Ebiem na ye ka mo say coronavirus yi mu nyina ya na why den wa hwe ho so yi ye was hohronsa e was so yi bibia ye sane emfa yare ene amane bia emrew mane na ebusuafo me kra mo no dasem nenso so ye besa ehyiam na ya twetwe nkomo mo ma bye.